Alright, welcome back to a brand new season. This is GT24. Lots to get up to speed with straight away. So, there's two things. This is primarily a Super Formula Championship, but it's also playing host to a Porsche Championship in the Group 4. So, once again, just like a couple of seasons ago, we are divided up between teams from GT1 and GT2. So, two drivers from GT1 and two drivers from GT2 will make up one team. So, but for the Porsches, we can make whatever we're on our own, so to speak, and we can go our own ways with livery. You can see the direction I've gone with this livery. I'm pretty happy with it, if I do say so myself. So, yeah, we've gone for this look. My team for the Super Formula is myself, Pagani, Homer and Royston. Now, Homer and Royston we're familiar with. We've teamed up before when we was with Tom in GT22. So, excuse me. So, yeah, and then Super Formula then is kind of on the similar lines. It's yeah, we've got a lot of kind of F1 style tracks. We've got qualifying rules to come and all this kind of thing. So we'll explain all that as we go along. But for now, just for this first week, this is at Autopolis. So we're going to be doing a 12 lap race in the Porsches on Sports Soft. Yeah, Sports Soft. And then the Super Formula race will be over 30 laps over the main Grand Prix layout with one set of mediums and two sets of unlimited set of hards and no softs. Now, straight away in week one, my hands are tied behind my back. This is my first race in my new apartment, and I'm getting used to the setup and all that. But the internet hasn't arrived yet, and I was having a very tough time with the internet connection on Friday. It was like 2 megabyte upload compared to like the 10, 15 it had been, even 30 it had been beforehand on the hotspot. Maybe not 30, so that's an exaggeration. I think 10. I think it was 10, but it was definitely doable. 2 upload, however, was not. So not that it had any bearing on the qualifying because I wasn't too fast around here, anyways. I was joking around with Tom that we. I was doing a practice session earlier, and I was about to do a 15 for the first time, and Tom ended the session. I missed out on the 15 by 9 thousandths of a second. Anyway, so I knew I was lagging up a storm. So honestly, this whole week I'm tied behind my back because I didn't want to be the cause of an accident for anyone. So where I could, I pulled over and let people go, where possible. So it's a bit of a bummer way to start the season, but there's nothing I can really do about it. Like, I've just moved out of an apartment I've lived in for 5 years. This is not an everyday occurrence, so you gotta do what you gotta do. But the internet situation is really annoying because, like, as I record this, it's not coming until like the end of next week. So I'm recording this on a Saturday. Let me just give away the date. Saturday the 6th of April. It's not going to be into the following Friday. So maybe if things go well and then a cancellation happens. But anyways, I knew I was lacking a storm, so I knew I couldn't actually. I mostly was just going to overtake people who just went off the track and spun and that kind of thing if I could. So, bit of contact then with Lee. I kind of bowed into the back of him. Will is like who's stepping in is like where are you? So, it must be very tough. I don't. This is why didn't want to make too much of a fuss with it. Just let people go because I didn't want to be unraceable with lag in front. So it's tough. Like I am racing with one hand but tied behind my back. But I'm going to try and do what I can anyways. As best as I can without ruining other people's races because, it's just rough. So, anyways, we get by then on ROM. Sports Soft, by the way, just make this just such a weird experience. Like, it's just, it really is a rough place to be. Rom has no idea where I am, by the way. Like, I'm just moving along, kind of. It must be very difficult, but anyways, we're going to do what we can. I think, is this where... Yes, Blue Flag then has a big moment on the brakes, and I say on the brakes, just probably forgot the brakes. So he goes through the creative line through turn one, and he sails on then to Oblivion and beyond. So that's the kind of overtake where I knew I was going to be able to get it done because it wasn't going to be realistic for me to race a lot of people. Rom is going to be struggling behind, so I want to let him go where possible. So. little bit of contact there, but he just can't see where I am. So like it's not his fault at all, and I know that. So where I could, I try to pull over and let people go and not fight people. So yeah. Anyways, we move on then to lap number. Is this actually the end of the race? I think it might be. Yes, it is. So yeah, nothing much I could do really. I was just kind of just chilling really. Pace was decent enough. I was able to, stabilize the gap ahead of blue flag. But anyways, yeah. P12 to start. Pagani then in P8. So I should mention the night before, I think Homer finished second in the GT2 race. I think Royston finished 10th. So this is my speed connection at testing before the race. So yeah, not great if I'm honest. So this is where my heart sunk, so to speak. I was like, oh, it's much worse than yesterday. Super Formula then, right. So yeah, same kind of situation. I'm going to have to kind of just let people go where possible and take up positions where people spin. But essentially, there's going to be a two-stop strategy. You're going to pit on lap 10 and pit on lap number 20 then. I'm going to start with hards. We have one set of mediums available, so we're going to go from there. Starting on hards, let's go. And I say let's go tentatively because, I'm just not going to be really fighting much. So, yeah, I let Rom had a really rough start there, but yeah, I'm just kind of chilling. We're in the Ridgeline lubricants livery, so yeah, that's a nice one. You do like this one. Shout out to Dusty Fossil for making this one for us. SVY tanked Witchell into turn one, so that's why Witchell's off, and that's why SVY is waiting up. So, but yeah, look, I'm not wanting to get too close to people. I'm not wanting to overtake people really, unless it's a situation where people go off the track. So yeah, that's where we're at with things. I want to let Pagani go here as well. So yeah, it's a shame that this is where we're at for this first race, because my pace here was actually really good. I was only a couple of tenths off of like Tom on the hards. Like my pace was really strong, but I'm going wide here just I'm letting people go. I don't want to be the reason people crash and that kind of thing. So it's tough. Like it's tough to do this, but it's the only right thing to do at the end of the day. So. Anyways, we're going to try and we'll do what we can, and if we finish P13, then I think there's more for us in this race than that, though. I think people will make mistakes, just like me. This is the first time experiencing the dirty air in the Super Formula cars. They are killer when you get, especially in that part of the track where you get up to them. So I lost about 6 seconds with that. That was actually pretty costly, as it turned out. You'll see why later. Hard to believe it would be pretty costly, but it was. Bagani's having all sorts of trouble here, we also have push to pass. So yeah, I have to use that sparingly in the race. So I'm going to use a bit of it here just to get by Pagani. I think I've got good pace. Again, once I'm in clean air, like that's the thing. It's in traffic, it's tough, but if I had clean air, I think I could really do a stint, even with this connection. So that's what the plan was, to pass Pagani and pull away from him. Lee then's next, and again, it wouldn't have been clean. Like I could have gone for a move, but it wasn't right with my lag to send it on the inside here. There's a couple of other chances I had as well to overtake Lee, and I just didn't want to do it. Like I just wasn't going to be that guy. So yeah, lap number 5 then, Sean goes off then the track, so we move ahead of him into P11 then. So again, that's the kind of position that I know I'm going to be taking from people in this race, realistically speaking. So anyways, then we move on into lap number 6, and Pagani was getting close again, so I was I think I had a mistake, so I was like, let him go. So yeah, it's again, he has no idea where I am, so I just try to tell him as best I can where I am. But yeah, I had a moment off the track actually, and on the grass, and that's why he allowed him to. You see him struggling with the tires to get them back up to speed. There goes Rom. Rom goes off the track then, so yeah, he loses position, and we gain one up into P11. So like, there's places to be had here. It's just people falling off the track a bit. Lap number 9 then, I was nowhere near Pagani, nowhere near him, and I've sent him to oblivion, which is really, really tough. He did keep it in a straight line. I initially going to wait for him, but he's like, no, go, just go. So like, I was behind Lee and behind others, and like, it wasn't that bad. That was so unfortunate. I felt really bad, but there's nothing I could do. Nothing had happened up to that point. I could run closely with cars beforehand, but that was really tough. So yeah, we're gonna have to let Rom go. So look how much time we're losing. Again, like I want, like, if you could add up all this time we're having to lose to let people go. Like, imagine where we could have finished in this race. It would have been really strong. But anyways, I'm driving a bit like a twat at the moment because I'm just kind of, I'm just a bit all over the place. I'm just, I'm not. It's tough. Like, it does affect you. Like, when you have this thing in your mind about, how where others are and that kind of thing. And it's just it's just one of those things. But we let Ron go then. And then we move on to lap number 10. Now, I was going to pit this lap. I was going to put another set of hards on because there was a gap in front. But until Rom did that and I got the position, it was very funny, by the way. I was like, right, I'm going mediums. I'm going to use the gap in front of me to push on mediums and go from there. So here we go then. Mediums in the middle stint and then hards to finish then. So I'm putting on mediums. And then we're going to go as hard as we can now because Homer did an excellent job in the middle stint on mediums in clear air and gained so much track position and time. So I was like, right, well, that's the blueprint. I'm going to do that myself. And now that I've got a bit of track space in front of me, look at all this space in front of me. I can go for it. We're going to overtake Blue Flag then. We're on mediums and he's on hards. So, yeah, the time you pull on mediums compared to hards is unbelievable. Like, we're going to pull so much time in this middle stint. Now, it'll come back to them, but absolutely flying through. You can see the purple sector, we're absolutely flying at the moment. Lee then, I was like, I'm going to tell you where I am. And I'm going to go for the overtake. I'm going to use push to pass. Lee's on the hard, so I suspect we'll see him later on. And when he does come back later on, we're not going to fight him. Same with Blue Flag. Same with anyone that comes behind me who has a quicker tyre later on and gets close to me. We're just going to let them go later on. But for now, I'm going to just go push on. I've got lots of clear gap in front. You see, we're 15 seconds behind. Was that 10 seconds or so behind Panda? Now, he had a mistake that cost him a few seconds, but even still, we caught up to him about 5 laps ago in the dirty air, and I just couldn't really do anything about it. But we gained so much time. We pulled out over 10 seconds on Lee. So pace was really flipping good on the mediums. Again, it just makes all this a bit of a shame. Like, the pace was really good. Anyways, then we come out in P10. Pagani then is in the wars of it as well. Again, I didn't help him at all in that regard, but the best I could do for him is get a good result for the team at least after that. So that's what I tried to do. And lap 30, then, we got behind Will, we got behind Chubbs here. And if I'd, imagine all that time I lost getting off the throttle and having that spin and all that stuff, we could have, I think a podium could have been in play. It could have been close. I don't know. I tried to go for a move around Chubbs around the outside, but nothing I could do. I had to go, though. I had to go for it. Just, last lap and all that. But, yeah. I don't know. A top 4 definitely was in the offing here. So, that's a shame. But, look, P8, from where we started and everything that happened in this race, a P8, like those guys like Blue Flag and Lee, I never saw them on their mediums. They never came. Like, I had such a good gap and good pace on the hards that, it just, I was safe. Like, my pace was really strong. So it's going to be a P8 in the end. So look, tough one. One hand behind my back in many regards. But it gives me optimism that maybe we can have a good season with this. Things were better than I expected. So, yeah, there we go. That's how things line up after the week 1. Again, not the strongest of weeks, but good result for the guys in GT2, and we'll see how that puts us in the standings in a sec. But we'll go again. We'll go again next time. But here are the standings then after the first week. You can see the Porsche results there. I mean, not much else to say there really. It was just kind of the Porsche. Yeah, not my strong suit, anyways. But we're down in 12th. But it's not so much this I'm interested in, as more so the super formulas and the results that were in place there. So I'll have a quick look at those. You can see the results there anyways. But anyways, we're in 8th place. Look, not a bad result, all things considered, given everything going on. So, new rig and trying, not new rig, new setup rather, just trying to get used to everything. To finish where I did, not too upset with that, all things considered. Moving on then to the Constructors' Championship then, again, we've got teammates of Homer and Royston in GT2. They did the business on the first week of action. I think Homer finished 2nd. And so we're in 3rd place with 58 points. Myself and Pagani obviously have work to do, and I did not help the cause by twatting Pagani into turn 1. But that's going to do it for this week's edition of FTRL GT24. There's been a significant delay getting this out for many reasons. Mostly now college and exams are finished, so I have a bunch of races ready to go, so I'm going to plan to just kind of bang, bang, bang some of these out over the next week or two. And we're only six, as I record this, we're 6 rounds in. So, yeah, and that's included a week break. So, yeah, so we'll go from there. But anyways, yeah, thanks very much for watching, and until next time.